Hi everyone. Well, things are really starting to get very chilly and crispy here in New Jersey, Zone 7A. So I just wanted to show you what some things are looking like in the garden here in mid-October. So starting here at the arbor, you'll see I have these beautiful emerald green spiral arborvitae, and they have just done fabulous here in the pots. I will need to do a little bit of shaping and pruning on those, but I'm going to wait and do that in spring. I don't want to prune on these right now. I probably could have done it maybe a month or so ago, but right now, if I were to go in and prune something like this, and this would go for all of your evergreens, you may get some warmth still, and then what's going to happen is it could push out some new growth, and then the cold temperatures will hit, and then your new fresh green tender growth on your evergreens will get zapped by the cold. So now is not the best time to do any evergreen pruning, in my opinion. But I just want to show you because I think they are really beautiful. And for those that have been following along on my house, we just had some stucco replaced here. You guys might have seen how truly terrible it looked on Instagram when I showed you, but look how beautiful it looks now. I just have to paint, but it looks great. We have a special stucco called Pebble Dash, and I'll get in closer so you can just take a look at the texture. What it is essentially is it's stucco with kind of like pea gravel in it, and it's a older style of doing stucco. Our house is 100 years old, so getting someone out to do that was quite difficult in and of itself. So anyway, I want to move along here. This is a hyacinth bean vine, and look at it. It is so beautiful, more beautiful than I expected. This is the first year I planted it, so I had no expectation. Most people grow it for ornamental purposes, but the flowers you can definitely eat. I've actually eaten one and I'm still here, so I'm still here to tell the tale. Beautiful. Look at these, like these shiny purple. Oh, they're so beautiful, these pods. I'm actually saving some right now for a friend. I have to send them off to her. I've been promising her, so I will be sending those out and drying some of the pods for her. But they have these beautiful flowers, and this was direct sowed, just 2 seeds in summer. Is that incredible? The 2 seeds that I just popped into the ground, covered over with the soil, and walked away, did this. I think it's amazing. All right, so let's go in. You'll see things are in a very real state right now, flopping and falling in a bit of disarray, but that's part of gardening, so I'm showing it to you. Right here we have some semi-flopping. Let me put my coffee down. Right here we have some semi-flopping dahlia that I don't care if they're flopping or not. We just had a rainstorm. They are so beautiful. So these are called Crichton Honey, and this is a ball dahlia. I found these from my friend Erin over at the Impatient Gardener. She's one of my go-tos. Her and Yulia over at Why Garden, Why Do You Garden? Just fantastic resources for dahlia. But this is just a beautiful, I don't know if you can see the light, but look at the shape of this and the color. I mean, this is a huge bloom. And I just cut some off for a bouquet the other day. Just absolutely beautiful. And you'll see I have here, these are sugar and snap peas, and I have been loving these. I come out here and I just munch on these all the time. They're doing even better now than they have in the summertime. I noticed that with my sweet peas as well. So they don't love super hot temperatures or sweltering afternoon sun. So right now they are just loving these cool temperatures. Again, those are sugar and snap peas, and I direct sowed this batch, I'm gonna say late August, early September, and they've done wonderful. But everything is really, like, that's my oregano, which is really just shabby. It's on its way out right now. And then the fig tree is starting to go dormant, so I'll be moving that into the garage in a couple of weeks. I do have these beautiful espalier apple trees, and I've really taken my time to plant these. I've just had so many projects and other things going on inside and outside that I figure I will get to it this season, but I haven't been rushing myself. I'll try and do a video on it, but you can see here I have them down the line, and I will, of course, update you one way or the other and keep you updated on them. I'm really excited about it. It's 4 apple trees, 4 different varieties, and I can talk to you more about that in another video. But over here we just have some nasturtiums and some sweet potato vine that's still looking so pretty, kind of trailing out from the little pumpkin stack there. And that's my rhubarb foresters from Wakefield, handmade. I absolutely love them. They're so beautiful. If you don't know about rhubarb foresters, Google that, because you'll get more information that way. And I want to keep this video kind of brief. So Google rhubarb foresters. If you don't use them for rhubarb, they're just beautiful decorative garden art. So I really appreciate them. Got my little witchy scarecrow here. That was from Plow and Hearth, but I believe they're out of stock right now. Did grow some corn. As you can see, some is toppled over here. The squirrels did get to it. But before the squirrels got to it, I had some corn worms, something like that. I've never dealt with them before. Little caterpillar worms that attack your corn. And they basically ruined every single cob I had in there, which was quite upsetting. But next time I will deal with it more aggressively. It was my first time I planted corn, so I wasn't sure what to expect. So I'll do better next time. I do still have a little bit of some tomatoes coming out here. The pretty nasturtiums here with their orange flowers, also edible. This whole plant's edible. And then the dahlia are just looking so amazing. Some of these need to be restaked, but I'm 5 foot, and some of these are 6 feet tall. This one here is at least 6 feet tall. This is a breakout dahlia, and I've just enjoyed them immensely all summer. And even more so now, they're just really in their prime with these cooler temperatures. Again, dahlia is a plant that does not love super hot, sweltering summer heat. And some of these are flopping over. Like I said, I'll need to restake some of these. We had a bunch of rain the other day, but I mean, just so gorgeous. Beautiful. I have some more pretty dahlia over here. There is Labyrinth and Penhill watermelon. So that's Labyrinth and that's Penhill watermelon. And my window box is totally done and fried. I need to switch that out. But down here, I've got the Suncredible sunflowers. And look how beautiful. They are a bit floppy, but I don't mind that. I love the kind of that free, carefree look that they have. And they're a shorter variety, and they've just been blooming like gangbusters all summer, so you can't beat that. And then here's this is the Amazel basil. You guys may have heard of this, and it is 2 plants that have been a beast. I have picked on this and harvested it all season, so I need to be diligent and come out here and cut some and freeze some, put them, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them in little ice cube trays, almost like a pesto that you make up and you freeze in the little ice cube trays, and then you can pop them in your frying pan and you know, use it for cooking during the winter when we're all wishing we still had the basil. It'll be nice and fresh then. Okay, so I do definitely want to show you this. So I put this boxwood in here this season. I shaped it up a little bit. I'm trying to get it into a cone shape. It was a little wonky and misshapen, but would you look at this gorgeous container? This is new for me. This is from Haddonstone, and this is one of their plaited containers. I'm going to link to Haddonstone down below. They Haddonstone sent a few planters out for me to try, so I want to show you this one. I also have this low one here. This is a trough planter, and I will be planting this up. I just wanted to show you because it's so beautiful. All of these pieces are cast stone, and they have drainage holes, so they're quite heavy, but they are just that beautiful English cottage style that I love. And I will link to Haddonstone and this gorgeous container down below. Just that basket weave detail, I think, is just really gorgeous and beautiful. Okay, so coming in the back here, this area really needs to be cleaned up, but the two urns by the back door don't look too bad. The geraniums are still putting out tons of blooms. They're a little flopped over from the rain, so I'll probably come in and pinch some of these out. I really would like to switch these up, but what's going to happen is these are still going to be looking good. I'll probably leave them be as long as I can, and then I'll do something for winter here. So I'll probably skip over fall completely and just leave these beautiful geraniums because they still look so good. I mean, how can I pull these out when they look so pretty? I can't do it. And you can see there's new blooms, you know, popping out all over. I can't pull those. They're too pretty. So this is another one of the planters that Haddonstone sent over. I'm so pleased to work with them. They have such amazing artful pieces. Check them out. But they have fountains and statuary and so many beautiful containers and different styles to choose from. Some modern, some more whimsical and cottagey like this one is. But this is their plaited basket weave planter. And I just really wanted something bold and fall here for the center of our patio table. We sit right inside here and look out the window. We have a little table here. So I really like this to be a focal point and an area that we can all, you know, look out and enjoy. So I like it to have a lot of color and a lot of visual interest right here. I did have our topiary here, and I will be transitioning them inside. Those are myrtle, and a eugenia is the top, the larger one, and they will not survive in these cold temperatures. In fact, I need to get them in right away because they're not going to be happy unless they get into the bright sunshine inside the house. I'll gradually transition them in so they're not going from the colder temperatures right into that warmth and go into a shock of any kind. So I'll bring them in little by little inside and outside for about a week. So again, this planter does have a drainage hole, and conveniently it sits right on top of the umbrella hole, so that worked out perfectly. I did grow this little ornamental squash. I'm so proud of that. I got a couple of those that actually made it, and I just could not be happier with them. Look how cute that is. So I just want to talk to you about the plants that I used in this planter. You can see I have ornamental kale. I feel like that's the fall staple for me. I love that look. And then I did go for the mums, even though, you know, we know that they don't last too long. I bought them, you know, just budded up and not open yet. This one here is rosy with like a yellow center, very pretty. And then the yellow on either side here. And then this is a Dolce Silver Gumdrop Heuchera, which I think is just beautiful. It has this like silvery metallic color with the purple on the other side. And that's a perennial, so I will put this back out into the garden. I love to build up my Heuchera game. They're one of my favorite perennials. So I will plant that back out again. I've actually pulled out Heuchera from my landscape and used them in fall arrangements and then planted them back again. I just absolutely love them. They're such great plants. And then this is an nasturtium. I just showed you some in the veggie garden. So I just thought that would be a really pretty texture here in this planter. So I popped some out from there and put it in here. And then this is a gold dust Macardonia. It is an annual, and it's just kind of like this wiry, beautiful plant with these delicate blooms. I first planted it last year, and I noticed it did so well all the way up until frost. So I bought some more this year, and I actually pulled them from our window boxes there on the shed and repurposed them here. And what I like to do sometimes is, rather than just have it draped down and kind of block the beauty of this container, I kind of swoop trailing plants around. Sometimes I like kind of bird nesting it. I'll say I'm making like a little bird nest out of it. I just totally made that up. But it's just another option. And with something wiry like this, it gives it a nice kind of thick it kind of fills the bottom of the container there. And it also made for a nice little platform for this gourd, so that the gourd isn't touching directly down on the damp soil and promoting fungus or bacteria or mold or anything. Just kind of keeps it fresher for a little longer. And then I've got this pumpkin here, so you guys may know this trick already, but I'll show you. So peekaboo, I have a little terracotta pot inside of there, and that just elevates that little pumpkin and gives it more height, and again, keeping it off of that, directly off of the soil. And in the center here, I went with a maiden grass. I love this one in particular. It has like creamy and rosy color margins in there. Hard for me to focus on it, but that just really picks up on the colors of the mums. I just thought it was so pretty. And you know how sometimes when you plant a grass, it can be very stiff and very harsh and very just dominant right in the center. I did not want that look. So when I planted this, I really splayed it apart and really separated and pulled it and fluffed it up. And you'll see I even pulled some pieces down here through the plants. So grasses are very strong. You can get really aggressive in your handling with them, and they'll do just fine. I've got some white petunias here in the landscape, still looking really fresh and really beautiful. The hydrangeas are really in their very dried state now. This is the little quick fire, and that's what they look like in the fall. Rosy, very pretty. And this is a black and blue salvia, still doing really well. I do have the groundhog was back and wiped out my dahlia that I had there, so that was so upsetting. And we still are working on the greenhouse project, but we decided that we're going to remove this structure altogether. The groundhog burrows under here, and reconfiguring this shed into a greenhouse would be as costly as if we removed this and just put a small actual greenhouse. So over the winter, over the next couple of months, Mark and I are going to break this down and remove it completely. We'll get a concrete foundation poured here. I will be keeping the wisteria. I know you guys are going to ask. That's staying, but I already have picked out a very small, appropriate. It'll be just the size of this greenhouse that we will assemble ourselves in a kit and put it together here, so it'll be ready for spring. I'm really looking forward to that. Really, the thought of dismantling this shed, it was just too overwhelming. And when you added up the costs plus all of the unknowns, it just was not, it just did not feel right. Plans change, things change. You got to just kind of go with the flow. But look at this area here. Oh my word, it's still so pretty. That is the bubblegum petunias. The white is alyssum, just jumping out right now. It's doing so well. Everything's looking so green and so pretty. I still have lobelia here in this container, looking so fresh and so pretty. And that's a Green Mountain boxwood. That's the same as the one I have in the vegetable garden there. And then rather than mums in these containers, I went in with some sedum. And I just love the look of it in these urns. It looks so pretty. And again, they're perennials, so I can plant them out, which I love to do with sedum. I actually have some sedum tucked in. I don't know if you can see it. Right around this grass here. Just so pretty. Doesn't that just say fall when you see those plumes up like that? Oh, it's so pretty. And then that's the Bloodgood Japanese maple I planted this season, looking so beautiful. The birch did defoliate early, and I think that might be just because it's newly planted. So I'll keep an eye on that. Window box, they're getting ready to get swapped out for winter too. But I just wanted to come out here and give you guys a quick update. Now these are a different variety of dahlia. These are a single dahlia, happy single. If you see HS, that's what that refers to. And these are shorter and don't require the same staking that the dinner plates do. And I still have the lavender looking good for the most part. I lose a little bit of lavender every year and have to replant some, but still looking really good. And I'll shear that back late winter, early spring is when I generally do that, and it works out really well for me. And then it flushes back all fresh and pretty, and not it keeps it from getting all woody and out of control, and you know, just leggy looking if you give it a nice hard prune end of winter, early spring, and then it flushes back all new growth. That's what I've done with these. So these have been here 3 to 4 years at this point. So we've got some shorter dahlia and then the dinner plate dahlia here you see. But I was really excited about this planter in particular. That was kind of the driving force behind this video. Really excited to show you this planter from Haddonstone. I absolutely love the containers that they sent over, and I cannot wait to use them for all the seasons, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll be sharing these with you more. I do have one other piece as well, but I'm working on that area. It's where the stucco is. So I will show you that at another time, but it's a beautiful piece there on the side of the driveway where I'm going to be planting some new hydrangeas. So look out for a video for that too, because I have some new hydrangeas, new variety hydrangeas, new for 2020 that I will be planting up in the driveway area. So that's very exciting too. Anyway, that's all just a quick update for fall. I hope you all are doing really well and having a great day. And thank you so much for joining me in my garden today.